Had the wrong camera selected, folks. Sorry. Hello, internet friends. Aaron Stewart with the Little Black Couch. Thanks for being live today. I actually didn't really plan this or anything. Had kind of a weird day, so just went live. Didn't really broadcast it. Don't worry about it. I don't want anybody to feel bad. Just got back from getting the hair cut, and so this is how the stylist likes to do it. But anyway, let's get started. Got something fun to talk about, I think. Something from the show that I just came back from, and it'll be fun. So here we go. Come on now. Let's work. Let's work. There we go. That worked. Yay. Hey everyone. I gotta see here. That's better. The Yeti microphone. So that wasn't selected. So, hey, Aaron Stewart from Little Black Couch. Thanks for joining me live again today. It's good to be back in the home office, the studio, if you will. A little Facebook Live today. And this was based on. I don't know if this is good. I know it's right. You can read that, right? Aaron Stewart. Yeah, so it was Unlock the Secrets. It was put on by ClickFunnels and the gang at ClickFunnels. But if you take a look at this little beauty here, there's something there that you can see here, right? It's freshman, right? Right there. Freshman. Aaron Stewart. I haven't been a freshman in a very, very long time, right? So it was weird to be a freshman. And then it was extra weird to be a freshman at Unlock the Secrets because at ClickFunnels, they like to make fun of education. So, So to make fun of education, not make fun, I guess I think the terminology that they use, or we use, or they use, or whatever, that they use in the ClickFunnels world is they like to throw rocks. So sometimes they throw rocks at education that education isn't necessarily giving us everything that we need in life. And so I find it interesting, ironic, fairly hysterical, honestly, that then they use the vernacular of freshman and sophomore. There's been 2 years in 2CCX, as far as I know. There may be more than that. I think it's just freshman and sophomore. But anyway, so they actually had that on our name tags. And then they have other designations as well, which... I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, but anyway, it was fun. It was great. So it was an excellent program. I had a really great time. I was there with my son. I think I mentioned that yesterday. It was awesome. I mean, it was great. We had a really good time and learned a ton. And again, I just hope that my son can learn that there's other options out there. School is great. And is it expensive? Yeah, and it's gotten more so. Is it too expensive? Absolutely. I think that there's things that we should do and we should probably do to make education a little more affordable for sure, but probably a little more beneficial as well, right? So anyway, boy, things kind of freaked out there for a bit, didn't they? So anyway, the topic today is something that I've thought about for a while because at one of the lunches that we had there at the 2CCX event, I was with some friends that I had met online originally, and then we had all kind of got acquainted. But one lady in particular, and again, I don't know, sometimes people are okay name dropping and sometimes people are not, and I don't want to ever cause problems like that, so I'm not going to drop her name, but really super nice lady. She was there with her daughter all the way from Australia. I think that's safe to say. And I'd actually met her for the first time in a event that we had in Phoenix. We had watched part of the Arizona Diamondback game together. there was a group of us there, and so I talked to her, and I almost said her name, but I didn't, so I held on to that. But she, which literally, I mean, wow, for me, I would have normally blown that one for sure. So that's great, good for me. So anyway, as we were talking, kind of got to know each other, and then we've interacted a little bit online. Obviously, being in Australia, time difference for sure. But awesome lady. Actually, we're writing in a book together with a bunch of other folks. So cool. So gotten to know her quite well, and then see her again, and she's actually at the lunch table with us, and we're having a good discussion. And people start to wander in. It's, it was pretty hot outside. We actually did eat outside, and so it was pretty hot outside, and so it got down to like 2 or 3 people, where I guess to where she felt comfortable asking me this question. And so she's super, super nice. And she said something to me along the lines of, and it's not going to be a direct quote because I don't have that kind of memory. So, but she said something to the effect of, hey, Aaron, I really worry about you, which I mean, it's nice, right? And you never know what's going to come next. But she's like, I kind of worry about you because you're always putting yourself down. Whether it's lives or whether it's comments and things that I make in the group or whatever. And she's right. I mean, I do it a lot. And she was worried about that somehow or another I have low self-esteem or, poor self-image or whatever. So I just want to assure everybody I'm fine. I really don't have a problem with any of that. But there is some science behind why I do and why I decided to start ripping on myself a little bit more, because it's actually really quite beneficial. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, is why it is good and healthy to enjoy a bit of self-deprecating humor. And it really depends on how you treat that. So obviously there's 2 different ways in which you can speak negatively about yourself, and it can have a very negative effect, right? So if you're saying things about yourself and you actually believe those things, then I can see where it could get out of hand and it could be really damaging. On the other hand, if you're saying things about yourself and then you teach yourself to laugh about those things, then it's actually quite entertaining. I mean, your life, I can promise you this, that if you start paying attention to the things that you do and laugh at them instead of getting upset at them, your life will be so much happier. Okay, here's the bottom line, folks. All of us are imperfect, and all of us are going to make mistakes, and all of us are going to do dumb things. Okay, that's one of the funniest things in my life, honestly, is when you meet somebody who takes themselves so seriously that it's almost hard to talk to them. Like they put on this persona that somehow or another they're one of only they're one of only 2 people that have ever not made a mistake on earth. That's the kind of the feeling that they give you, and for a fact that it's completely not true. They are just as stupid as any of us. They have made just as many dumb mistakes as any of us. They have put themselves in ridiculous situations like any of us, because we're human and that's just what we do. That's part of being down here, is learning to deal with those things. And we all have weaknesses, and we all have places where we just are not very good, right? Where we're just not, it's just not our strength. So what's the point of it, right? What's the point of having weaknesses? Well, weaknesses are fantastic. There's a process, and this is another reason why practicing self-deprecating humor can be so healthy, that it's scientifically proven that when you are in a humble state, you are more open to learning new concepts. Okay? One of the ways to keep yourself humble is to notice the things that you do wrong, to notice your weakness and acknowledge them, but be okay with it. I mean, realize that is part of life. And hey, there's our good friend Lance. Happy Tuesday to you, Lance. Thanks for joining us. So, what's the point, folks? We're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. Don't pretend that you're not. And if we don't, right? If we acknowledge our weaknesses and we can see our mistakes for what they are, just being human, and blow them off, it gives us an opportunity to be in a state where we can be open-minded to new things and can learn much more quickly and much more completely. So the whole point and benefit of self-deprecating humor and not taking yourself too seriously and learning to laugh at yourself, and if you say something that's self-deprecating, laugh at it with everybody else, because it's just the way it's got to be. And if you keep yourself in that particular state, one, you don't take yourself too seriously. This whole nastiness of pride doesn't bubble up into your life. And the saddest thing about prideful people is that you know that they're not going to be learning anything, and they are rapidly going to become more and more stupid than the rest of the world. Right? Super prideful people are no fun to talk to because they've got one topic they enjoy, and it's themselves. And frankly, they haven't learned for so long. They're just not that interesting. So laugh at yourself. Practice self-deprecating humor, but make sure that you don't take it negatively and actually believe it. It's not true. There's nothing that we can do to make ourselves any less valuable than we are, and what we are is priceless. As human beings, we are an amazing creation given this ability to create and do crazy, amazing things and solve problems and do cool stuff. That makes us invaluable. I mean, we are priceless, and nothing can change that. It doesn't matter how many mistakes, weaknesses, it doesn't matter how many times we, fall over or upset somebody, whatever. We're awesome. All of us. We're great. But we make mistakes and we have weaknesses. Big dang deal. Who cares? Laugh at them. Enjoy them. That's what makes us, us, and you, and all of us who we are, is the weaknesses and the mistakes. That's what makes life interesting. I'll tell you right now, my wife and I laugh more at the dumb stuff we do than anything that we've been positive with. I mean, the dumb parenting errors we've made, some of the dumb stuff that we said to each other, that's the stuff that's funny. And she can laugh and poke fun of the stuff that I'm really bad at. I mean, you sometimes come over to my side of the bed and you'll find 14 socks there. I don't know what it is. I don't see my socks, and I never take them to the dirty clothes. Bless her heart. I feel terrible. That's just a dumb thing of mine. I'm terrible at it. I mean, I almost have to set an alert on my phone to remember to pick up my socks. And why I don't take them off where the hamper is anyway, who knows? Why do I wait to, I don't know. But anyway, all of that stuff makes life interesting and fun. So practice self-deprecating humor. Find the things that you do that are silly and laugh at them. Learn to laugh at them. And don't allow them to be anything other than just a thing. Not something that changes the value or the perception of yourself, because every single one of us out here, and I don't care who they are, from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low as far as individuals go, we're all priceless, and we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And it's not really, leveraging the strengths is cool, and I like that part of being a human, but learning to laugh at your mistakes and your weaknesses and overcome some of these and actually make them an enjoyable part of your life, that's where all the joy and the happiness comes from. It's not from dealing with all the stuff you do well. It's the struggle and going through it all and getting to all the weaknesses and stuff and making these things fun and these things that work. That's the stuff that really becomes awesome in life. So embrace your weaknesses, laugh at them, laugh at yourself, practice self-deprecating humor, and make sure that you're laughing when you do it, because we're all just a fun bunch of humans that make mistakes and have weaknesses, and that is totally great and totally awesome. Okay? And when you're in that state of realizing that you're just a humble person that's priceless, that's the place where you're going to learn the most. And if we're learning the most, that gives us the ability to be unbelievably creative. Like if you get too much in your head and you think too highly of yourself to a point where you can't learn new things, then none of the connections in our brains from all these new experiences and stuff we're learning can form new solutions to really complex and troubling problems. Right? Nobody wants that as an entrepreneur. Okay? So enjoy your life, enjoy your weaknesses, enjoy your strengths. This is, right? We might be able to be really successful over here. But happiness comes from figuring out the weaknesses and really having fun with them. I mean, this is good stuff. We laugh at these. You'll laugh at these the rest of your life. The memories that happen because of this little group, the weakness group, the funniest stuff that'll ever happen in your life. Enjoy it. Keep you humble. Learn a bunch of stuff. and solve a bunch of problems. That's how it gets done in entrepreneurship. So thanks for joining me today. Just a short one. I don't have, this is, my barber hair. So I apologize. It's, she tries. She does the best she can. She's awesome. So thanks for joining me today on the Little Black Couch. Buddy is over there, but his camera got turned off. So I'll get it fixed for tomorrow. I know everybody's going to miss him. Till next time, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch saying, look, entrepreneurship should be a lot of fun. And entrepreneurship is not a series of get it right every single time. It's a series of getting it wrong and figuring out why it went wrong and doing a little bit better. And it's hysterical after that. So please have fun doing it. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us. That is what it's about. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Until next time, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch. You're awesome. You know what? Everybody probably wants to know how awesome you are. So let's do that. Here we go.
We just want you to know.
As a mate.
You're amazing.
You're the bomb.com, bro. Thank you so much.
for that clarity.
Cheers, man.
You are welcome for that clarity. Love your weaknesses. Leverage your strengths. Let's go kill it. Thanks, everyone.